Hi, you guys, Dave Mad Max, and we are at beautiful Gold's Gym Venice, and I have the very great pleasure to have my friend Vida, who I have an interview in, I think we were just saying like 5 years ago, Vida.
I know.
The last
yeah,
Muscle Beach TV. Yeah, I know, at the Max Muscle. We did that Muscle Beach TV on the couch for a different company.
I think I was getting ready for my pro show in Florida.
I know, you were way into competing back then. And you know what's funny is that I remember now, as we were talking, while you were training, that we never actually talked about your beginnings. And of course, everybody knows you at, the Stuff Girl, the FHM Girls, and I never actually knew how you got into that. And it was really cool to actually hear a story. So why don't you tell your fans all over the world, how did you actually get into this line of work, and what brought you after that into bodybuilding and fitness and all that stuff, and where you are today? So take me back to the beginning.
Okay, so beginning back in 2002, a friend of mine, Dave Bourlet, he submitted my photos into FHM magazine, and I had forgotten about it because he submitted it in March of 2002. Then September 2002, I get a call from a cell phone in New York. And it's someone saying they're from FHM and they got my pictures, and at first I thought it was a joke because there was an incident that happened to me earlier that day where I had thrown out accidentally money in the garbage, and I was really distraught. But they called and I hung the phone. I was like, we'll see, and my boyfriend at the time was like, this is the opportunity that you've always wanted, so call them back, And they said they're doing a photo shoot tomorrow in New York City, and I said okay. So it actually was a year after the thing happened in New York. So I was going September 10th of 2002 to go to this photo shoot in New York.
Wow.
And my boyfriend at the time said, don't tell anyone because people put their bad vibes and stuff and doubts into your mind. Just
don't jinx it.
Don't jinx it.
Yeah.
So I used to work in Hackensack, New Jersey. It was like an hour away from where I grew up. And I was in the car, and my brother calls me, and he's like, Vida, are you in a magazine? And I was like, what? He's like, yeah, these guys, they all have a picture of you. And
your brother's a cop.
So they're like, why didn't you tell us, the whole family? And I was like, well, I was trying to keep it to see when it would come out. And so, yeah, that was the start of everything.
Wow.
Yeah.
And then
that's the quick version of
it.
The quick
version. So, and then, of course, the booking starts happening more often. You have to end up quitting your job, or
I got fired.
You got fired from your job doing
I was doing the mortgage.
The mortgage.
I was a loan officer, and I knew how to do. I was a closer, an underwriter, and a year of taking days off. I wasn't getting paid, but I was taking days off. My boss called me in February of 2014, and he's like, I'm gonna have to let you go. And I was like devastated because I was like super famous, but I wasn't making enough money to
support yourself.
Support myself.
Yeah.
And I had a mortgage, and I was just like, so that was a battle in itself to sustain myself and be able to live.
Yeah.
And I had no idea what I was doing. No one gave me a blueprint of it, and of course I missed out on a lot of money because now if I couldn't go back, I would do things differently. But it's all the journey, and you live and you learn from your things.
When did you actually decide to make the move from New Jersey to California?
So I decided in 2005. I was speaking to an agent. And he said, well, if you wanted to get into movies, you have to be here because when you get called for an audition, you
gotta go.
So I decided it's September 2005 to move to California in Los Angeles and away from my family, which I never done, and I didn't really have any friends here. I didn't know people. So it was a journey.
Yeah, it's hard for girls to make the trip, cross country.
Yeah, and then at the time, I was super famous, so I had people, taking advantage of me in different ways. But it's all live and learn.
And eventually, you did enough, photo shoots and enough modeling to be able to live from that, right?
Yeah.
When did you decide to make the switch? And that's when I became more. I mean, of course, I'd seen your magazines and all that stuff, but I really became aware of you when you started competing. So basically, you started to bikini came about because you told me you competed early on in 2000.
In 2000 for a figure when figure first came out.
Yeah.
And I came in 5th place. The first 3 girls. It's what figure is now.
Yeah.
And I didn't want to put my body through that. So
yeah.
It was always in the back of my mind. And when I heard about bikini in 2011, I'm like, oh my God, I need to compete in.
Yeah.
I want to get my pro card. You know, just at that time, I was trying to figure out. In 2000, I had a great 2006. I was in Playboy. I actually shot for Playboy 2 times. The second one never came out.
Really?
It's fine because I still got paid. Yeah, they wanted to piggyback with another thing. I was doing a TV show at the time in the Speed Channel about cars, and they were going to time it at the same time as that, but that didn't happen, and then we didn't get picked up for a 3rd season. So then it just sat there, and from 2008 till recently, I've been on a whole spiritual journey. So I've been like 1 foot in the door, 1 foot out the door, 1 foot in the door, and just trying to find my balance in life and within myself so that I can, be the best that I can be in this crazy world.
So 2011, you decide to go back and compete. You get your pro card, which was a milestone for you. You just wanted to get that pro status. It was important to you. You wanted to prove yourself you could do it. You competed in 3 shows. Pro shows?
Yeah, 3 pro shows.
Yeah.
So I did 4 NPC shows.
Yep.
First one, I won 1st place in overall, and that was in El Monte. And then it qualified me for the USA, where I did Vegas, and I came in 3rd place.
Wow.
And then my 3rd show was the the nationals in Florida.
Okay.
In Miami, and I came in 4th place. And then my 4th show was in South Carolina. I think it was the Junior USA's.
Yep.
And I did horrible. Out of 12 girls, I came in 9th place. So then 3 weeks later, I competed at the Junior Nationals in Chicago. And I won 1st place.
Nice.
And I got my pro card. So then I did a John Lindsay show in Culver City.
I remember that. I was there.
Yeah. I think I came in like almost last place.
Really?
There was only like 10 girls.
Oh wow.
I think I came in 10th. Yeah. And then I did the one in Florida, and I came in 5th place. And then I did one in Texas, and I came in 6th or 7th, I'm not sure. And then, after that, I was like, I'm not doing this.
You're done? Yeah. Okay.
So, like, for instance, in order for someone to win in anything in life, they have to believe in themselves, and they have to be true to themselves. And I was working out, but I never felt confident with that body because I was like super shredded, and I just didn't, I wasn't that confident. And the only time, like when I won a pro card, I was extremely confident because I was so pissed off because the show before I had done so bad that I was like, fuck it. I think that's what I want. So I won. But yeah, that's the important thing is like you have to, when you're competing, you have to like be comfortable and confident in yourself because that shines on stage, even though someone could look better, right? But if they don't have that confidence within themselves or they don't feel, you're not gonna win.
Yeah.
Like sometimes you do see people. I know it's a lot of politics and stuff like that, but you do see people that like you're like, wow, they should have won, but it's just a belief that they have about themselves in their mind.
That's a good point. That's a good point. So you've been at peace with not competing anymore, and this is the way you pretty much look all the time, and that's why when I saw you in the gym, it's like, oh, we gotta do an update, and just kind of see people that now, even though you have no aspiration of competing, you keep yourself in great shape. Do you do it because of business reason, or is this just the way you like to be, or just feel comfortable in your own skin?
It's the way I like to be. Since I've been training at the gym since I was 19 years old.
Yeah.
Not consistently, like on and off, depending on whatever life situations is happening.
Yeah.
But when I was super young, I was in ballet and karate, and I was really. You
did karate?
Yeah.
That's cool.
my godfather cousin, he's a black belt karate. He was a teacher.
Nice.
Actually, him and my ballet teacher I would say, oh, my ballet teacher, my cousin thinks you're cute, it's my ballet teacher, and they ended up together.
You got them
still
together. Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Matchmaker.
But, you know, I've always been active. And, you know, the info commercials when I was young, I was like buying everything, like abs, like all this stuff. So for me, I feel the most comfortable when I can feel good about myself, because if I can control how I feel and look, then everything else stems from there.
That is so true. That is so true. Wow.
So to me, wellness, you know, taking care of myself. I learned so much, you know. I'm 43 years old now, and I don't look at the scale like, oh my God, I'm not. There's no kind of nothing like that. It's like, what am I eating? What am I putting in my mouth? Am I conscious, mindful eating, you know? And I listen to my body. I fast a lot. I do, the longest fast I've done is 11 days.
Oh my God.
I don't eat, I just drink water. You know, I'll listen to my body. I'm very connected to my body. When I wasn't, that's when everything was not working for me in my life. So it's good to be connected with your body and listen to your body.
Talk to me about some of the new project you got going on right now. So you have a lot going on. We're going to spill the beans over here a little bit. So you got some movies coming. You got a book in the work. Talk to me about all of it.
So I was in the Chips movie that came out.
The remake Chips. Awesome.
The remake Chips. I was with Michael Pena. I played opposite love interest of his. And actually the DVD I think is coming out soon.
Oh,
so
nice.
Make sure to get that. They have deleted scene where I'm totally butt naked. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh,
they didn't show that in the movies though. They cut a lot of the part out because they wanted his character to be more innocent, and the way they write it in the script, it was like he was with girl and girl and girl.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, it's actually a funny thing, but I think that's in the deleted scenes, so that's what I hear. So I'm walking butt naked from the back. So
really?
It'll be good to watch. I have another movie called Compton's Finest, and I play. My character is Maria, and she has a fiance that's a police officer, but then she has a brother that is a drug dealer, and so it's like that battle.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not sure when that's coming out. And then I'm getting ready to direct and produce my first film in the coming year, 2008.
Wow, congratulations.
Yeah.
That's a big, is that a big goal of yours?
Yes.
Yeah.
And then I'm also working on products for your skin. So I made my own lotion. What
Nice.
I use, I make my own lotion, and so I'm working with a company, and we're formulating something that's going to be great for people, because people always ask me when they feel my skin, they're like, oh my God, what do you do? And this is what I do.
Wow.
Yeah, and it's something of research that I've done, and then I tried it out, and then it works really good. So
when is that going to be out?
I don't know, maybe 2018.
Okay, so you get a lot in the pipeline. Yeah. That's awesome.
So, and I'm an ambassador for C-Tech, which is a natural hand sanitizer. You can use it for your body. It produces eliminates the bad bacteria and keeps the good bacteria in your body.
Nice.
And you can use it as primer for makeup, guys that shave, you know.
Yep.
And there's no alcohol in it.
Oh, nice.
So I really like this company and like their mission, you know, in saving the planet, which is their product is very recyclable.
What's the website, Vida?
I think it's called ztech.life.
Okay.
Something like that. Ztech. But if you go to my Instagram at Vida Guerra, you can see it there.
Oh, good.
There's information on it.
Awesome.
Yeah, and I'm writing a book. It's been a journey.
I know you were talking a little bit about in between takes about your life and all the hurdles you've been through and stuff. And it's funny. I was telling you, sometimes people see someone that's famous or that we idolize, and we just have tendency to think, oh, it's easy for them. They got it all worked out. They have an easy life, and it's far from the truth. So I think it's always interesting to dig a little bit in people's life and find out what they've been through, because once you hear it, it's good for everyone to hear it. So I'm glad you're writing a book, because I think you can inspire a lot of people and motivate.
Yeah, I mean, it started off when I was born in Cuba, and my family in 1980, we had to escape Cuba because my dad, when he was 18, he would try to escape the country, and he didn't hijack a plane, but he knew the plane was getting hijacked to go to Miami, and they all got caught and went to jail.
Oh, wow.
And then my dad was in jail for 2 years, and had he left, he would have never met my mom, and then therefore I would not exist. So sometimes when things are bad, it's not
something
really,
good come out of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's really interesting because my dad was telling me today, because I'm trying to get him to change like the way he eats and you know, be more healthier because he's 74 now. But he was telling me that when he was in jail, that they made him write a letter. This is the first time I'm hearing this in 43 years living. That they made him write a letter, and then he said like he wanted my brother to you know, fight for the country's freedom. You know, maybe he could be a soldier or something, you know. And then for me to be a famous model and actress.
Wow.
Yeah, and he says he still has the paper.
You knew you were always going to make it in that field. You were telling me that when you were 8 years old, you were telling people at school that you're going to be famous one day, you're going to be a famous model, a famous singer. You knew all that.
Yeah, and everyone laughed at me.
How great is that now?
Because I know, when, you know, I lived in a very, I grew up in a very little sheltered town in New Jersey, for example, and then, you know, their mind, you know, like, that's not possible, and I'm only 5'2", like, that can't model. But, I mean, I just kept with it, and I was like, okay, you'll see, and then 28 years old, that's when FHM.
You believed in yourself.
Yeah,
you believed in yourself.
Yeah.
That's great.
Yeah, when I was in my early 20s, I was starting to get more exposure as far as like in my conscious, you know, like once you expand your world in your mind, you expand your world.
Yeah.
So
that's awesome. Well, Vida, thank you so much for doing this today. You seem in a really good place. You seem like, you know, mind and body seems to be in tune, and you seem to be really happy, and I'm just so happy for you, and I'm so thankful you did this today for the fans, and I wish you best of luck with the movies, with the book. Keep us posted, please.
Yes.
Okay.
Oh, and I'm a healer too.
Yeah?
I'm a healer. I'm a Reiki healer.
Wow.
Do you know Reiki?
Uh-uh.
It's an energy healing.
Okay.
And I'm level 2 certified. And
wow.
I became certified almost 10 years ago.
Wow.
And I tell you, I've been on a spiritual journey, and and what I understand about life, you know, because coming from nothing, you know, I grew up really poor, and then, you know, all my dreams manifested, and then losing it all, and now it's like rebuilding. At that time, I did it from a knowingness place, you know, I just didn't know how it was going to happen, but I knew it was going to happen.
Yeah.
And then when I had to lose it, I feel like I had to relearn it now from an experience standpoint, so then I can help others make their dreams come true.
Yeah.
So, you know, life is a journey.
Yeah, you're an inspiration. You're so great to be around.
So one thing I learned is that you can't control anybody else, like what someone thinks of you or how they react to you, but you can control how you react to people and how you are. And I try to keep myself as centered and grounded as possible. And I know that it doesn't work. Like, you can't, it's not one thing, you know, it's a combination of your mind, body, and soul. And if you're balanced in all those areas, then you're going to live the life that you want. But if one area is more than others, eventually that will fall.
Yeah. Yeah.
So,
you have to be
know,
balanced.
everyone's journey, like, I'm not telling people, like, my way is the right way, but maybe I can plant a seed in your mind that will make you ask questions within yourself to guide you where you have to go.
Yeah. Yeah, you need to do some motivational speaking.
I know.
Maybe that'll be the next project.
I'm doing that. And I'm also having a retreat for girls on 11/11.
Oh wow.
So any women that are interested in a retreat is going to be amazing in Los Angeles.
How can they get a hold of you for that?
All details are on my Instagram.
Okay.
So in my Instagram, I'm actually going to post something on Saturday, a video, and it's going to have the information. But there is a video from like earlier this week.
Okay.
About the retreat.
So that's the best way to get the hold of you, Instagram, or just follow up. And,
Instagram. So Instagram and Facebook.
Yeah, of course. Social media.
Yeah.
Cool.
Find me there.
Okay. Thank you so much, Vida. You're the best.